Welcome in, House Call, Week 7 with Jerry and Terry. Brought to you by DraftKings, presented by DraftKings. The roller coaster of an NFL season is moving right along, and it promises to be a month full of tricks, treats, and of course, touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is the number one place to bet on touchdowns. Running it in from the one or an 80-yard bomb, we don't care how they score touchdowns. We want to bet on them. DraftKings heard us and is delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HOUSE. That's code HOUSE for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, Jerry, so Stoolvivor.
Yes.
It's a hard contest, man, and, you know, it takes a lot to get going, and one of us was going to do it. So, I'm proud to say that you've done it. You've made it to the literal finish line here. You and Hubs going for a $50 or $50,000 bonus bet. You guys are going to be streaming on Sunday in Chicago. Mm-hmm. We're going to get to the games, but I think it's more so people are locked in on what you want, what you're going to do.
Yeah.
There was a very funny clip that came out last week. You were like, Najee. And I was like, Jerry, not again. Najee hit. Yeah. So you've been doing, you're better than me with this thing. Although, George, we gave out some good stats on Thursday Night Football last week. The Seattle defense, George Kittle. We had some really good stats. So we've been giving out the ones we highlight have been doing pretty well. But it's all about you this week. What are like 5 guys you're down to? Ooh. What are maybe 2 guys you're down to? What is Stoolvivor? What's going through your mind here?
So it's a miracle that I'm still in Stoolvivor because on this show, I haven't been that great. Actually been kind of bad on this show. But with that said, I'm leaning towards Justin Jefferson right now. I still have him available. I have Derrick Henry available, which I was told that I couldn't use because Hubs is coming to the stream Sunday. So I'm not going to be using Derrick Henry. So
you're already a little irate.
Yeah, I'm a little, what are you going to do? It is what it is. I get it. Content company. So sometimes you got to bite the bullet, which I'm more than willing to do. So I'm not going to use Derrick Henry, even though I have him available for Monday night. He's out. Justin Jefferson, I like him a lot against the Lions. I think that secondary isn't that great. I know Aiden Hutchinson went down. The pass rush shouldn't be there all day. I like him. I like also Kyren Williams. I like Kenneth Walker. I would have chose Barkley this week if I had him going back against the Giants. I don't have him. Unfortunately, I used him in week 1. So, yeah, man, I'm 95% leaning towards Justin Jefferson. I hope he can get it done. I think Hubs is going to either lean Barkley or Kenneth Walker.
Okay. Yeah, who's Seattle got?
Seattle is playing the Falcons, I believe, which is a pretty bad rush defense, I think. I think they're like 25th.
So that makes sense. Yeah, so this is a big one. Obviously rooting for you. Seems like you get close to the finish line with these things. You got to get through.
Yeah, the shitty part would be getting this far and just coming in second and not getting a fucking penny. You know what I mean? But
the thing is, you gotta hit the bet once you get there too. It's an opportunity to get the bet. You know what I mean? It's not just hey, you win the prize. You got to hit the bet as well. So. All right, let's get into the Thursday night game, and then we'll get into Sunday night and everything like we usually do. Denver at New Orleans. Think this one's going to be pretty high scoring. Broncos D has allowed 96 points through 6 games and will be without star cornerback Patrick Surtain. You can take a look at Kamara. Opposing backfields averaging 25 touches a game against Denver and have scored 3 TDs in their last 2 games. He's minus 110. Here's my pick, Javonte Williams, plus 160. Wow. The Saints D has allowed 6 TDs to opposing backfields in their last 4 games. Opposing backfields averaging 5.73 yards a carry. Bucky Irving and Sean Tucker went for 297 scrimmage yards and 3 TDs against New Orleans in Week 6. I think Javonte Williams is the pick. Plus 160, juicy, give me that.
It is juicy.
Bo Nix, plus 255. You want to talk about juicy. Nix has scored 3 of the Broncos' 4 rushing TDs this season. And another one, juicy, Foster Moreau. Definitely said that one wrong. 5-1. The Saints have caught haven't caught many TDs this season, but Moreau has 2 already at 5-1. That's a juicy one. What are you looking at Thursday?
I think you pronounced that right, Rico. I think that was good. Foster
really?
Moreau. Yeah, I think that's correct. My Signs pick this week is going to be Bo Nix, actually,
Really?
We recorded signs yesterday.
All right.
It was Bo Nix. I feel like he's going to get it done. He's very mobile. I know he's not a great quarterback and whatnot, but he's very mobile. He likes to be out the pocket on the run. Saints defense, they give up a lot of points, man. They're giving up a lot of points. They're giving up also a lot of big yards. So I think he has an opportunity to scramble one in. Also from the goal line, I feel like, you might get that read option and whatnot. So I'm going Bo Nix plus 255 this week.
Okay, Bo Nix plus 255. I like it. A little bit of a double dip for Sunday night. Your guys are at home against the Jets. All 6 Sunday night football games have gone under this season. Odds will be available. We'll get them as they go, but got 3 guys to highlight. Breece Hall had 169 scrimmage yards last week, but he couldn't punch it in. He's come close a few times last week as well. Breece hasn't scored in 3 weeks, but he feels due. The Steelers' D has allowed running backs to score in 3 straight games. I'm going to ride your guy. I'll take Najee Harris right now.
I love it, Rico.
New York has allowed 9 offensive TDs this season, 5 of them on the ground. Opposing backfields 4.3 yards a carry over the last month. Teams have been carrying it heavy against New York 26 times, 26 or more times a game, opposing running backs and QBs combined. You also could look at Devontae Adams, new guy on the turf, obviously. Rodgers is going to be going after him. It kind of goes without saying, Devontae Adams. And then George Pickens, 44 targets without a touchdown this season. He does that targeted a lot. I know you're off of him completely, right?
I'm back on this week. I'm in on Georgie this week.
In on Georgie again this week?
Because I think Russ might get the start. It seems like he's going to get the start. Tomlin really hasn't said Russell Wilson is starting this week, but it seems like Russell Wilson might. I think the Steelers' passing game has been terrible. Is that because they have a lack of receivers? Yes, but I also think it's Justin Fields, not seeing open guys. Isn't the best passer, I would say. I think Russ gives you a better passing attack. So I think Georgie gets going this week. I like him to score a touchdown.
A reminder, we highlight all those guys, you know what I mean, with the stats. Those are the ones that are pointing to what we like, but we narrow it down to 1. Monday Night Football, it's 2 games this week. So we'll build the parlay now, and you can pick between the 2. Baltimore at Tampa Bay. I'll tell you right now, here's the guy I'm going with. Lamar Jackson. I don't care what it is. We got to see one of these through. We've been close a few times. Give me Lamar Jackson on a Monday night. Last week was dismal.
Oh, yeah.
We also got fucked because of James Cook.
Yeah, did you see?
I watched it. Williams was close.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was fucking so close. But what are you going to do?
So we would have got the 1, and then, it is what it is. But I'll take Lamar Jackson. Tampa has allowed 4 rushing TDs to QBs in 2024. QBs are averaging 31 yards per game on the ground. He's averaging 67 yards per game on the ground. Second best mark of his career so far. So he's putting up the yards. We like that. Mike Evans, opposing wide receiver ones, are averaging 98 yards a game against the Ravens defense. Chris Godwin has a massive lead in team targets, catches, and yards. Baltimore has allowed 7 pass TDs in the last 2 games, which sounds crazy, but 7 TDs in the last 2 games for Baltimore. And then Mark Andrews is getting back in the swing of things. Hasn't been great this season, but he had 121 and a TD last week. Let's go through both of them, and then we can kind of make our pick.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm taking Lamar.
Okay.
No matter, I don't care if it's 180, 190, whatever.
Fair.
We'll take that. It's the Chargers against Cardinals in this one. Chargers have scored 14 points or less in 3 of their last 4 games, and Marvin Harrison will be out with a concussion this week. Ladd McConkey, opposing wide receiver ones, averaging 8 targets and 65 yards a game. Michael Wilson, opposing wide receiver ones, have gone for 50 yards in 4 out of 5 games against the Chargers this season and have scored in each of their last 2. Wilson scored in Harrison's absence last week. J.K. Dobbins. Running backs haven't scored against him in 2 weeks, but they're still allowing 8 TDs in 6 games on the ground. 5 to running backs, 3 to quarterbacks. Trey McBride leads the Cardinals in targets despite missing a game. Bowers and Kelsey combined for 13 catches for 147. Murray could be leaning on his tight end, and he's seen 6 targets in each of his last games. So that's the Monday night kind of double dip. Are you going with the same game in terms of Baltimore-Tampa Bay, or are you going with the Chargers and Cardinals?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the Chargers game, and I'm going to go with...
Okay, I kind of like that. We'll make sure we stay sharp. We got 2 games going.
I'm going to go Trey McBride.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Jackson and McBride.
Yep. Well, yeah, so you got Lamar, and I got McBride. Listen, he gets a lot of targets. Chargers have yet to face really good tight ends this year yet. So I'm going to go with him. I think he gets in the end zone this week. I do. He's due for 1.
Okay, I like it. I mean, the stats point to him. We said it. Lamar Jackson and Trey McBride. So that's the Monday night parlay. In terms of, I'll give you the Giants. I mean, the Giants are putrid. They're so bad. Just give me Jalen Hurts for that game.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to start skipping over the Giants. Quarterbacks are averaging 33 yards a game on the ground against the Giants. 3 quarterbacks have more than 44 yards against the Giants in 2024. Burrow had a 47-yarder last week. I think Jalen Hurts punches it in. So that's where I'm going with that. You also have the London game this week. You can take a look at those guys. If you're building the parlay, and as we touched on earlier this year, this is a caller show. So if you hit a touchdown, we'll bring you back. It was a little bit of a week. We got infiltrated last week with the caller.
Jetski, can you pull up a voicemail?
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry and Terry. Jeff Nadeau, how are you?
Oh, my
big
God.
Fan of the show, especially you, Jerry. We know I'm not a big fan of the other guy, but
Oh, no.
Somehow it
Jerry, I
always
miss
works
our
his
old
way into
days.
this.
Listen, I got a touchdown prop, and this one's going to hit Monday night. Let's get our boy Breece Hall into the end zone. This one's for you, Jerry. Fuck you, Terry.
Oh, how did
That's
the
unreal.
how did the dude
How
call
did that
in?
sleep in? I don't know how that slips
Jetski,
in.
how did that get in there?
There was no transcript. We only had 2 this week, so I just played the
No
first
transcript.
one.
All right, we need more calls.
I like it.
I
Great
mean,
call from
listen,
Jeff. Gave us insight on the rush defense. I love that.
Money's money. Yeah, he probably got those stats from somebody else, but it is what it is.
Derek hit 2 weeks ago. We owe him a call. We're going to bring him on now as
I
we
love
build.
that.
So let's get I'm with Jamar Chase. I'm going to put Jamar Chase in the parlay. I think the Browns get exposed. I think the Bengals are clicking a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Desperation, they get the offense going. I'll give you Jamar Chase for my leg of the parlay.
I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson for my leg.
Justin Jefferson. Okay.
That's also probably going to be my Stoolvivor pick.
That's probably what you're thinking for that. So we
Yep.
like that. All right. So Derek will bring him in now. Yo, look at this guy. Swagged out of control.
What's going on, Rico?
I like
What's
that.
up,
The
boys?
glasses, the hat. We like it. We like it. So, Derek, you hit 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember who it was, but you hit 2 weeks ago. We haven't not been carrying our weight on these parlays. I built it with Jamar Chase. Jerry's putting in Justin Jefferson. So we got 2 wide receivers. You could go a variety of different ways here with what you're looking at. Give us, I guess, some guys who are close to making the cut, and then what you're going to end up being the pick.
All right, so I'm rocking with the Commanders, gentlemen, first and foremost. They're playing the worst rush defense this week in the Panthers, 32nd in the NFL, so I'd be crazy not to go with them. But the issue is Brian Robinson, right? He's had the sprained knee last week, didn't play. He's kind of questionable this week, so Jaden Daniels is my play. That was the healthy debate last time. We was trying to decide between B-Rob and Jaden Daniels. This time it's going to be JD. But a sneaky nice play, and JD's coming at minus 125. So, I mean, not the best, but a sneaky play I got here is Jeremy McNichols. He's the third string running back on the Commanders. I think the Commanders blow the Panthers out in the first half. There's no bad teams in the NFL, but the Panthers are a bad team in the NFL. So I think we might see him in the second half. He's sitting there at plus 175. So I like him as a sneaky, risky play. He might get it. He saw the end zone 3 weeks ago. He's feisty. I think if he gets enough time and they get in the right spots, he can find the end zone there.
Okay, that's a good one. So
Yeah, I
just
like
to
that.
recap, Jerry, we're on all J's here.
Wow.
Jamar Chase, Justin
nice.
Jefferson, Jaden Daniels. Something's
Nice.
got to go. There's got to be. I wish
I love
touchdown
that.
started with a J, but I like the JJJ. So that's where we're at. Any other big picture thoughts, Derek? A Super Bowl sleeper? Maybe something to close us out.
Look, if you guys are in a really risky business, I got the golden ticket right here. Right here. What's it say? If you see it, Commanders, NFC East Division winners for sure, baby. That's a future. And if you want to get super risky with me, I'm going Luke McCaffrey anytime touchdown scorer this week. I think he's at like plus 325, guys. It's one of those games, we've all been on teams, right? You want to get your boys a touchdown against like the scrub squad and stuff.
Yep.
Perfect window here. I think it happens.
All right. Derek, we appreciate the
Thank
time,
you,
my man.
Derek.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you guys.
All
Ride
right,
this battle,
appreciate
man.
it.
Let's go win this money, guys. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
exactly. He's the best. He's relentless. He's relentless. All right. So what are your thoughts? I guess close it out. How you feeling about the contest? We'll close it out. We started with the contest. We'll end with the contest. How you feeling about this?
I got a lot of good guys left, Rico. I got, the Derrick Henrys. I got your Jordan Masons. I got the Kenneth Walker still. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm in a good spot. I think if he picks Saquon Barkley, I think that's a really good pick. I think Barkley. If I had Barkley this week, I would pick Barkley.
You would take Barkley?
Yeah, I used him in week 1 when he scored like 3 touchdowns. But I feel like I'm in a good spot. If if I can get Justin Jefferson home early, I think it's going to be on like some type of like, you ever see those passes that they just throw it up to Jefferson, 60-yard bomb, and then he just breaks a tackle and scores? I think it's going to be one of those. I think their secondary is kind of rough, Detroit. So we'll see, dude. I think I'm in a good spot, though. If I could win this $50K bet, you know where it's going. It's going on Russie, money line.
I love it. All right, so that's week 7. Check it out. We'll get you all the available odds. Check out the Monday Night Parlay. Thank you to DraftKings. Check out our parlay as well. It's Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jaden Daniels. And the Monday Night Parlay is going to be Lamar Jackson and who did you put in? McBride, Trey McBride.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Trey McBride. So check all that out. Check that out on DraftKings, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.